Welcome to Servant of the Fates. Nothing really beats the Rider-Waite as the beginner deck because of its symbolism, simplicity, and heritage. But not everyone feels inspired by its artistic style. So here are 5 of the most beautiful alternatives. Number 5. If your parents or roommates are spooked by you taking up divination, then Dreaming Waite Tarot is the perfect deck for you. Lighthearted and whimsical, it does not exude occult vibes. It's more artistic than witchy to the untrained eye. It comes in a humble talk box. The backs look like this, like a quirky wallpaper pattern. They pass for reversible. The sides are plain. And the cardstock is very thick and durable. It comes with this little white book that has 39 pages with this spread and reversed and upright meanings for each of the cards. Now let's take a look at some of the cards side by side the Rider-Waite. The Fool looks a bit more foolish than usual, just kidding. It has all of the right elements. You have the sun, you have the bag, you have the dog, you have the cliff. The Hermit is still on lockdown like the rest of us. The Four of Wands, the camera kind of zoomed in a little bit. The Ten of Wands, you can see that this guy is clumsier and less reliable than the original. The Six of Cups is more romantic, more playful. I love it. The King of Cups now has this knowing look on his face. The Seven of Swords is still a thief and a traitor like before. The Queen of Swords, as fierce as ever. The Two of Pentacles, this new one actually looks like she's having a harder time than the original. And the Four of Pentacles, still trying to protect the coins, but like in a more Instagrammable pose this time. Clearly, the imagery, though original, is still influenced by the Rider-Waite. That is why it made this list, because these modern images capture tarot's core meanings. If you are into this carefree and colorful style of illustration, Dreaming Waite Tarot is the ideal starter deck for you. To check out its little brother, Dreaming Waite Lenormand, check out the link to my deck collection video below. Number 4. Not everyone likes bright and bubbly. On the other end of the spectrum are people who prefer darkness and mystery. If you are one of them, then Tarot of Haunted House is the perfect deck for you. The cards live inside this glossy talk box. The backs I absolutely adore. They are this gorgeous design that's also perfectly reversible. The sides are plain, and the cardstock, it's thick enough, but not as thick and durable as Dreaming Waite. What I also love is the little white book because not only does it explain the card's meanings, it also talks about the Fool's entire journey inside the haunted house. Now let's take a look at some of the cards side by side the Rider-Waite. This High Priestess looks like she has a subscription to Vogue and Cosmopolitan. The Hierophant is now exercising his power through an exorcism. The Seven of Wands, I love how faithful it is to the original. The Queen of Wands, after a makeover. The Ace of Cups again, I love the originality as well as the faithfulness, perfect balance. The Four of Cups is still as bored as ever. The Two of Swords, the same but more fabulous. The Three of Swords, stake through the heart, how painful. The Nine of Pentacles, her hair has grown longer because all of the salons are still closed in her area. And the King of Pentacles looks like he's straight out of the Lord of the Rings. As with Dreaming Waite, the illustrations here, though very thematic, are based on the Rider-Waite. That is why these gorgeous images capture tarot's established meanings. If you are into film noir or horror glam, then Tarot of Haunted House is your ideal starter deck. Number 3. If you have a taste for humor and retro, look no further than the Housewives Tarot. The whole deck is cheeky and pretty without losing substance and sincerity. What you get is this faux recipe box that opens up like this. You have a little space there for your name, and it has these dividers. So the title, the Housewives Tarot, the Major Arcana, the Minor Arcana, and the instruction book. these are actual recipes. So icebox fortune cake, divinated eggs, Madame Merlina's mystical martini. Very clever. The backs are gorgeous. Look at them. Perfectly reversible and matte as well. The sides are plain and the cardstock is very thick. Now it also has this absolutely amazing and wonderful and fascinating book. It is just perfect. Look, everything is colored, right? You have the name, you have the image, you have these keywords and further explanation for each of the cards. And you also have a ton of spreads to choose from. Look at this, the martini. And then you also have these two. So again, very creative. Now let's look at some of the cards side by side of the original Rider-Waite. This hermit looks like she's having more fun being single. Justice, the idea of karma, punishment, getting what you deserve. The Seven of Wands, because the struggle of cleaning your toilet is the same as the struggle of cleaning out your life. The Ten of Wands, you still have the idea of burdens and struggles. The Seven of Cups, still the idea of choices. The Page of Cups is now younger and more playful than before. The Four of Swords, teaching us how to make the best out of lockdown. The Knight of Swords is still the bad boy of tarot. The Eight of Pentacles, passion for work. And the King of Pentacles, really knowing how to enjoy his wealth. This deck is extremely creative and unique while still retaining the Rider-Waite's essence. That is why it's on this list, because these original images capture tarot's best known meanings. If you appreciate this best of both worlds approach, then the Housewives Tarot is your best bet for a starter deck. Number 2. Tarot at its core is ethereal. If you want something that truly reflects that, then Tarot Muha is the perfect deck for you. Hypnotic and mesmerizing, these cards are inspired by the work of Art Nouveau royalty Alphonse Muha. This box will survive the end of the world. It is absolutely thick, sturdy, and durable. The card backs are like this, just like the cover, right? The design on the box. And they are not reversible, but they are breathtaking anyway, so we're gonna forgive that. The sides are plain, and the cardstock is very glossy, kind of thick. Yeah, it looks durable enough. And this is something that I also appreciate because the book has a lot of information. I think there are 71 pages for the English section. You have these spreads and then you have a very comprehensive explanation of each card with key ideas as well as this full paragraph talking about their symbolism and their meanings. Now let's take a look at some of the cards side by side of the original Rider-Waite. What you are looking at is the hottest Hierophant in the history of tarot. This death looks like he hates his job. It's like, ugh, now I gotta bury these bodies. He's so exhausted. The Ten of Wands, she looks more graceful, calmer than the original. This Page of Wands looks like he's judging you, right? It's like, girl, really? That dress with those shoes? The Two of Cups, there's this very light-hearted energy between the two of them. The Page of Cups after taking Fashion 101. The Ace of Swords, I love that this is like a photocopy of the original. The Three of Swords, you can really feel the heartbreak, the sorrow, the pain. The Two of Pentacles, she looks like she's having an easier time than the original. And the Four of Pentacles actually looks very kingly, doesn't he? This very stylized deck is still influenced by the Rider-Waite. That's why it's high up on this list, because these ornate cards capture tarot's profound meanings. If you appreciate the intricate beauty of Art Nouveau, then get your hands on Tarot Muha. Finally, number 1. If you value tradition and want something very close to the Rider-Waite, but also contains more visual elegance than it, then Golden Art Nouveau Tarot will make you happy. As you can tell from the name, like Tarot Muha, it is also inspired by Art Nouveau. In fact, they're by the same artist. The difference is that these images are a lot more faithful to the Rider-Waite design, and the golden foil effect makes everything more exquisite. The talk box with its golden foil effect gives a preview of the look and feel of all of the cards. The backs are like this. I'm sure you're gonna love them too. They are, of course, perfectly reversible. The cardstock is plastic coated for extra durability, but it's not that thick. And the sides are plain like this. The little white book is short and sweet, around 20 pages for the English, short paragraph about each of the cards. Now let's take a look at some of the cards side by side, the Rider-Waite. Justice after leaving law school to join America's Next Top Model. The Devil after getting a membership at the gym. The Knight of Wands looks even fiercer than before. The Queen of Wands after detox. The Two of Cups, they're now less shy, right? It's like they're on their second date already. The Six of Cups, very similar, very lovely. The Eight of Swords, still the same girl, but now she knows how to pose. The Ten of Swords, he really reminds me of Bradley James from Merlin. I feel like that's him, Prince Arthur. The Five of Pentacles, now I feel more badly for them, now that I can see their faces more clearly. And the Queen of Pentacles in her classic, oh, I didn't know someone was taking my photo pose. This deck is basically Rider-Waite 2.0, and that is why it's my top pick, because it upgrades the traditional images without losing any depth. If you want that perfect balance, then Golden Art Nouveau Tarot is the ideal first deck for you. There you go, my top 5 best and most beautiful beginner tarot decks. For more tarot, Lenormand, Oracle, Sibilla, and Kipper recommendations, check out the links below. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you all the best in your own tarot journey. Take care.